Chicago Bears are taking a massive gamble right now, and it involves ignoring a desperate need for defensive help to chase pure, unadulterated speed. Ryan Poles just made a move that has many of you scratching your heads, wondering if our defense can survive another season without reinforcements. I have spent years covering this team, and this latest draft pick is one of the most polarizing decisions I have seen in a long time. You need to understand the risk before this season kicks off. This is truly big. Davion Thomas is the name that every Chicago fan is talking about today after he was selected at number 89. This young man from LSU is not just a wide receiver because he is a true speed demon who ran a blistering 4.28 in the 40-yard dash. Our general manager, Ryan Poles, decided that adding another weapon for Caleb Williams was more important than fixing the defensive line. Now, I know many of you are worried about the defense, but we have to look at the bigger picture here. This pick was not just about finding another player to catch passes, because it was also a massive vote of confidence in our quarterback and our head coach, Ben Johnson. Earlier this week, it came out that Ben Johnson has the final say on all offensive draft picks, which means he personally wanted this speedster on his roster. This offense is being built to be fast and dangerous, and the selection of this prospect shows that the team is tripling down on their scoring ability. Before they landed this track star, the front office also added center Logan Jones and a strong blocking tight end named Sam Roush to protect our star quarterback. They are building a wall and a launch pad for the passing game, even if it means the defensive side of the ball has to wait. This young receiver did not have the biggest stats in college, but his raw athleticism is absolutely off the charts. He can also change a game in a single play as a return specialist, having already scored 3 touchdowns on special teams during his college career. If he can flip the field for this team, it puts our signal caller in a much better position to score points quickly. We are seeing a shift in how this team is built under the leadership of Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson. They want to outscore everyone and give their young quarterback every possible tool to succeed. This strategy is bold, and it puts a lot of pressure on the offense to perform right away. Davion Thomas is going to be the deep threat that this team has been missing for a very long time. When you have a quarterback like Caleb Williams, who is getting better at throwing the long ball, you need someone who can actually outrun the secondary. This young man can do exactly that, because his speed is rare even by professional standards. Imagine a scenario where the defense is focused on our other stars, and suddenly this rookie is 10 yards behind the safeties. That is the kind of pressure this move puts on opposing coaches every single week. We are looking at a player who can turn a simple screen pass into a 70-yard touchdown in the blink of an eye. This keeps defensive coordinators awake at night because they cannot teach their players how to be faster than a track star. Even if he only touches the ball 5 times a game, the defense has to respect his presence on every single snap. This creates more space for the rest of the offense to operate and makes life much easier for everyone on the field. The impact on the locker room will be felt immediately because speed is contagious and exciting for a young team. We are seeing the front office prioritize players who can make big plays over players who just fill a traditional role. This prospect might be the piece that finally unlocks the full potential of our passing attack. While some might call him a project because of his college stats, the physical tools are simply too good to pass up at this point in the draft. Ben Johnson knows how to use fast players to create mismatches, and he clearly has a specific plan for how to integrate this speed into the game plan. The coaching staff is betting on their ability to develop raw talent into a consistent NFL threat. If they are right, this offense will be one of the most explosive units in the entire league next year. We have to trust that the vision for this team is coming together exactly as planned. This move is really about one thing, and that is helping our team win more games by scoring more points than the other guys. I know it sounds simple, but sometimes we overcomplicate how football works in the modern era. When you have a player like Davion Thomas on the field, the other team has to play differently because they are scared of getting beat deep. This means they cannot put as many players near the line of scrimmage to stop our running game. It also means that our star quarterback will have more open windows to throw into because the defense is stretched thin. If this rookie can just catch a few deep balls and return some punts for good field position, our chances of winning go up significantly. We are talking about a direct impact on the scoreboard every single Sunday. Instead of struggling to move the ball 10 yards at a time, we can now score in just 1 or 2 plays. This reduces the risk of turnovers and keeps our defense fresh because they are not on the field as long. While everyone is worried about the defensive line, having a high-powered offense can actually help the defense by forcing the other team to play from behind. When an opponent is losing, they have to take more risks, and that is when our defense can capitalize on mistakes. This young speedster makes every other player on our offense better just by being out there on the grass. It is a simple outcome that leads to more wins and fewer losses over a long season. We want to see this team become a powerhouse that no one wants to play against. By adding this level of speed, we are telling the rest of the league that we are coming for them. The goal is to make life as easy as possible for our young quarterback so he can lead us to the playoffs. This pick is a major step in that direction, even if it feels a bit risky to ignore the defense right now. Let us look at the 2 paths this could take because the stakes are incredibly high for our front office. In the best-case scenario, Zavion Thomas becomes the most dangerous weapon in the league and helps Caleb Williams win the MVP award. We could see him breaking records on special teams and catching 10 touchdowns a year while our offense becomes unstoppable. If that happens, then Ryan Poles will look like a genius for ignoring the defense to find this hidden gem. The energy in the stadium will be electric every time he touches the ball because we know he can go all the way. But we also have to consider the worst-case scenario where the lack of defensive help costs us games. If our defense cannot stop anyone and this young receiver struggles to learn the playbook, fans will be very angry. We could see games where we score 30 points but still lose because the other team ran all over us. That is the fear that many of you are feeling right now as you watch the draft unfold. If this young man ends up being just a fast runner who cannot catch consistently, then this pick was a wasted opportunity. The pressure is now on Ben Johnson to make sure this does not happen. He has to prove that his plan for this offense is better than having a solid defensive line. Every time a rookie receiver drops a pass or an opposing runner breaks a long gain, people will point back to this moment. The tension is real because we are betting the future of this season on a player with raw talent instead of proven production. It is a high-stakes game of poker being played by our leadership. If it works, we are heading for greatness and a possible Super Bowl run. If it fails, we might be looking at another year of disappointment and missed opportunities. The margin for error is very thin in this league, and we are walking a tightrope with this roster construction strategy today. At the end of the day, the Chicago Bears are choosing to be bold rather than playing it safe. Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson are convinced that speed is the key to unlocking this team's true potential. They have given Caleb Williams a weapon that most quarterbacks can only dream of having in their arsenal. I understand why you might be nervous about the defense, but there is something exciting about having a track star in our jersey. It shows a commitment to an aggressive style of football that we have not seen here in a long time. Now I want to hear from you because your opinion is what matters most. Be honest with me, would you rather have a lockdown defensive tackle or a guy who can score from anywhere on the field like Zavion Thomas? Does this move make you more confident in our offense or more worried about our defense? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right now. Also, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more insider updates. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a story. Thank you for watching this today, and bear down.